So one of my family friends got married, and while I was just surfing through Facebook, I saw him uploading pics of him and his wife, and I was like, when I told my parents were like, "Yeah, we know it. He had sent an invitation by mail, not email, the normal postal mail." And I was like, okay, because since I do not check the postal mails, it was addressed, the letter was addressed in my father's name, so I didn't really bother to even open it or check it. But thing out here is, I could know about my friend only by checking social media. So the best way to announce if you are married, if you got a new job, if you have a new girlfriend, if you bought a new car or a new house or anything is by social media. There is no aspect which social media doesn't have as on today. You have a page for everything. As a matter of fact, even gigolos have their own page. Can you believe that? Now, you can just follow someone by liking the page, or you can follow someone by just going onto the profile and liking. Social media has been doing a lot of rounds since quite some time. So, initially, you had websites like High Five, you had websites like Bebo.com, um, and the actual craze started when Orkut came in the picture. So with High Five, limited number of people knew, and then came Orkut. Post Orkut came Facebook, which is still a hit today, and Twitter. So a lot of people have been engaging themselves with social media. As a matter of fact, you will not believe me, but I had introduced my mom to social media, and just a few days back when I was checking my profile, I saw that my mom has already learned to upload selfies on social media, tag people in the posts, share posts, and so on. So I sometimes feel I have done a mistake by doing that because most of the time my mom is just clipped to her mobile phone surfing Facebook. Quite a contagious disease. I used to do that before, but then I had a lot of work, so I started doing my work. But otherwise, you do not initially, if someone was getting married, you'd send out emails, you'd visit people's house, you'd call them for your wedding. Now life is much simpler. All you need to do is just update your Facebook profile. Hey guys, I'm getting married on 29th February. All of you are cordially invited. Marriage is going to be happening in this location, and you just add a Google map to it. That's done. You have invited more than 300 people at one shot, or maybe more, how much ever people might be on a friend list. I have seen people who have 4,000, 5,000 friends as well. So initially, it used to be like you have you have a lot of money, and now it's like you have a lot of friends on Facebook. That's what matters. So, anyways, jokes apart, but social media as in today has become an inseparable part of our lives. Best way to communicate anything to the world. PR agencies and all have also taken on to social media. People follow celebrities on social media. If the celebrity wants to pass on a message, he can simply give it through a social media website and so on. What more do you want? One of the best forms as on today, right? Coming on to the next one, let's talk about billboards. Oh, how could I forget billboards? Again, a part of print media, billboards are a very good form of mass communication. Now, how can billboards be a form of mass communication? Advantageous mainly to companies who want you to check the advertisements, but billboards can also be useful. So in older times, when you didn't have the normal boards like you have today on the highways giving you directions about the detour or giving you directions about the shortcut or the location where you want to reach, you had billboards which used to give you directions as well. You could have anything. You could have a painting. If there's a new movie which is released, it would be on the billboard. If there's a new car which is coming out, it would be there on the billboard. Billboards are basically those which are placed near the highways. They are huge advertisement boards. They can be placed atop a building, they can be placed on the highway next to the highways, they can be placed in an area wherein you have a lot of space around where mainly the main purpose of a billboard is for advertisements. That is the basic purpose of a billboard, which is uh, many companies have got a lot of response after looking after people passing through the way as have checked the billboards. And billboards, the best part about it is you cannot really miss it. How can you miss a billboard? A billboard is something which is huge mammoth. So even when you're driving, say on your left hand side, on your right hand side, there's something huge, your eyes will automatically look onto a billboard. And based on the location of the billboard, since the billboards are placed centrally in the middle of the, I mean, I wouldn't say centrally, doesn't mean that right in the middle of the street, but are placed in a way such that people cannot miss it. It stands out as a form of mass media. It is used to pass on your message. You can simply have a quote on a billboard. You can pay for getting a quote done on a billboard, and you can just have it on the highway. I have seen people who had you know who had typical weddings. For example, people who wanted to get married in the forest or something, having placed billboards. Wedding venue, that aside, they have actually done that. So my friend wanted to do something unique. I mean, ideally he's an acquaintance, not even a friend. He wanted to get married in the desert. Since the desert is very hot during the day, he planned an evening wedding, and they had this beautiful stage set up and everything set up. And they had actually created a ramp so that cars could come and park themselves and so on. That was somewhere in Rajasthan, in India, wherein you have a desert as well. But now, since it was in a desert, not everyone knew where exactly it would be, and he used his fantastic idea placing the location through an billboard. So he gave directions right from the highway using billboards. Yes, he had spent a fortune on it, but again, it was worth it because it was something different, something unique. And believe me, deserts are quite cold at night. The way they are hot in the morning, they're quite cold at night. I mean, you might even get a chill. You might even feel cold while you're in the desert, right? So billboards, yes, of course, not as much in use as on today, but still, there people prefer using billboards, mainly by companies who want to publicize their products, who want to advertise their products, use billboards, right? Now, coming on to our next topic, we have discussed about the channels of mass communication. Let's look at what's next in stock for us, right?